I need to fill in everything in each folder. So in Math School, the standard practice that we have, the JKOBE or the OBE committee, they will prepare a standardized folder for everyone in the school, and it is shared in a SharePoint, our own SharePoint, and then everyone will need to fill in our materials, no matter whatever materials that we have. For example, the first one, the borang penawaran kursus, pemetaan kursus and everything, we put our material in there, and then JKOBE will check, fill in the checklist and make sure everything is there, and we will have a proper name, standardized file naming, okay, to make sure that it's easier for JKOBE to check our components. All right. So everything, all the components that we have here from 1 to until 17, you have to prepare it as the course instructor or the course owner will have to prepare it. And at component number 5, 7, and 8, we can get it from eLearn. Okay, the rest, I think if you do it manually, you can get it. For example, the CLA, you can get it from Campus Online. So you can put your own lecture notes, your schematic solutions and everything, your vetting forms, and then all the samples, you can do it manually. You can add in, okay, scan and then add in the file. But you can, for component number 5, 7, and 9, we can extract some data or information from eLearn. Okay. Can see one question message just now. Let me go to the message first. I think so, right? If there are less than 9 students, this means that all the students' work must be included. Yeah, I don't know, maybe you can choose the best and mention somewhere over there in your checklist that you only have 9 students. Right, maybe about the course file, the other course file components, you can double check with your school, your jawatan kuasa, the committee, OBE committee. Okay. Okay, so next, what we are going to discuss further in this or share in this webinar. Okay, so these are the components that will be shared with you. Okay, how do we extract some information using the assignment activity, and then quiz activity, and attendance. Okay, I assume everyone here have used eLearn, all the activities that we that are listed in the on the screen now. Okay, so that maybe you can try to extract the information on your own as well while we are doing this. And then this is how it looks like. Okay, so the assignment, attendance, and the quiz. So we have more activities in eLearn, but these are the activities that I use the most. Okay, so different people will have their own favorite activities. All right, so before we proceed with our sharing session, do you have any question to ask us? Still here? Do you have anything to ask so that we can try to clarify something? So the components here, I think you can also check with your own school. I'm not sure whether different school will have different components or not, but these are the components that Math School prepared for us. So we just need to fill in each material inside each folder. So maybe I can share how does my own folder looks like. This is not the SharePoint that stop sharing this one first. Okay, this is so this is the can you see the folder that I have now? All right. So this is my own folder, okay? But so we have I have my BPK in here and course mapping and then teaching plan. So I will copy this the same materials into our SharePoint. Okay, so I usually construct my own or create my own folder first. Okay, and then so the same folder will be copied into our SharePoint. Right, so but I understand that different school will have different approach, right? So you need to check with your school first. All right, so these are the things that we need to have in a course file. But what we are going to focus today is how to extract those information from eLearn. All right, so I think that's all for our introductory part. So I'm going to pass this session to my colleague, Siti Amira, to proceed with the first part of this webinar.
Hey, hello everyone, I am the other Amira. I'm going to turn off my camera now because I know that messes with some people's bandwidth. See you later. Okay, so is the sound okay? I think there was another question from Geshina Ayu asking about if the assignments are from a video, what type of sample is expected. I gave an answer based on my experience. If it's up online, I just upload my video, the video itself. If it's a hard copy, then I make a document with some stills or screenshots from the video. Of course, you need some text, saying like which group this is from and how many marks they got and the CO marks for each CO and all that. But again, I think maybe each school or each PTJ has their own way of dealing with this stuff. So you may want to check with your JKOBE, like what is the standard that is used in your PTJ, especially if you're like an engineering school or you have like extra bodies that want to look at all of this stuff. Okay. Screenshot of front page or all pages? I don't know what that means. I just if there's three people giving the talk in the video or three people presenting in the video, I make sure I do a screenshot where each of them for each of the people, because I ask my students to have face cam on or somehow state like who is giving the talk at a specific time. Face-to-face presentation, okay. Uh, sorry guys, this is all about how do you say, extracting information. We can't really answer JKOBE type questions. Yeah, so best to check back with your JKOBE at your school or your PTG. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen now. Okay, can everyone see my screen? Yeah. Yeah, okay, good. All right, so this is the eLearn landing page. You log in, you see this thing. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to show you the course, one of the courses I was teaching or partially teaching last semester or this past semester, which is MSG 352. And this is what my eLearn page looks like. It's a bit messy right now because the coursework grades are at the top. But in the beginning of the semester, the first thing you'd see is this, how do you say, banner, and then a bunch of information. Okay, so there's a bit of not expected knowledge, but we assume that since you are here, you already know all this stuff. So I'm just going to blast through it. So I do a week by week thing. Some people do topic by topic. So fine. So my purpose for this webinar is to talk about quizzes and assignments, not just quiz and assignment, but the quiz and assignment activities. So for some people, they use quiz or assignment to also administer online tests. So you can extract information for that as well. So this is just for the quiz and assignment activity. Okay, so let's, before I go on, does anyone have any questions related to like eLearn, stuff like that? Can we save in CD and send the video recording? We don't, it depends on how your school collects this information. But for us, it's on a SharePoint. So there's no point for a CD. We just upload everything to the SharePoint. If it's like hard copy where everything is in a physical file, maybe, I don't know. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, so anyone have any questions about the eLearn side of stuff? If not, then I will go straight into quizzes. Okay, so let's have a look at quiz 1. All right. Okay, so this is usually what my quiz landing page looks like. This is what the top part is what the students see. If you don't put anything here, it'll be empty. Okay, and if you want to look at the attempts, then you can click on attempts. So there's 10 students in this course, so you just click on the attempts and then you'll see the 10 students' attempts. But to extract information, you can go here to the attempts page and you can download from there or print from there. But there is a better way to do it, at least in my opinion, because it looks better, looks nicer, is if you go to this part here, where there's a cog, the settings area, and you go all the way down to the last bullet point here, quiz exporting. So if you click on the quiz exporting, it will bring you to this page. And so instead of just having review attempt, there's also here export attempt. Okay, so let's have a look at what the difference is. So if you click on review attempt, then it will look like this. Okay, so the student name and then picture and all of this. And I'm sure you've seen this before. Okay, so what is the difference between that and export attempt? So let's click on export attempt. Okay, and wait for it. Okay, so for export attempt, you get this page, which you can immediately download as a PDF. Okay, and it is much nicer because it does new page for every question, right? And also everything is nice and clear. So you know that this is the question text, this white pit is the answer that the students give, and every bit of information is very clear. So you know that it's quiz 1, you know that who the student is, and all of that. So if you scroll down, you just see all of the student attempts. There's no way to like get rid of the response history part, as far as I can tell. So this is basically it. This is what you get. Okay. So when you print to PDF or when you, let's say I download this, right? So I can just save that. And if I go to my file manager and just click on it, and there it is. Okay, so for quizzes, it's very simple to download the student attempts. So I only have 10 students, which means that I need to download 9 and just don't download one of them. So life is very simple for me. But imagine if you had something like, 200 students or even 50 students. So what I would do is I would first look at the marks, right? So I go back to quiz, okay, and then attempts. And from here, I can sort by grade, okay, and then just pick the 3 lowest, the 3 highest, and somehow the 3 middle. Okay, just keep an eye on who it is, and then go back to the previous page that I mentioned, which is from here for quiz exporting, and then download from there, the export attempt. Okay, so is that clear? 150 students need to print all? Definitely not, just 9, just 3 highest, 3 medium, 3 lowest. Okay, all right. So does anyone have any questions regarding quizzes at all? Like aside from what I've explained. Any way to download all in batch? For review attempt, hang on. Okay, so if I click all, what happens? Okay, so if I click all, then you can export selected attempts. See here? So if I do that, export selected attempts, I say yes. Okay, it's going to take a while, even though there's only 10. So if you have like 200 students, not recommended that you do this. But if you want to, clearly this is an option. But yeah, it looks like we do need to wait. If all you want are the marks, right? You don't want the actual attempts. You can do that on the main, the previous page that I showed you, which was the C attempts page. Okay, it's still thinking about it. All right, so I'll show you that once it sorts itself out. Need to mark in eLearn. Well, if you're doing a quiz, then I would say part of the reason for doing a quiz is that eLearn marks itself, especially if you have like multiple choice questions or true false questions, then you already put in the answer and it's auto marked for you. For essay questions, then short essay, yeah, I tend to mark on eLearn if for quizzes. It's just easier that way, and you can mark by question. Yeah, so you don't have to like look at one student, mark everything in their paper, and then look at the next student. You can actually mark by question, and it puts it all in one page where you can scroll. And yeah, would you like me to show you that while we're waiting? Yes? Okay. All right. Just give me a second. All right, so let's go back to the quiz. Okay. This one. All right. So let's say if I want to mark, right? Normally you'd go here, but here we go. There's the quiz export. Sorry, we'll just go to the quiz export first, save it. Okay, it's all saved now. And if I just double click on this, yeah. So see, like every one of them. Okay. So for the person who asked, yes, you can download all of it if you want. You can just click on this and then scroll down. Okay, so this is on the previous page. I hope that's clear. Okay, so for the short essay, let's say I want to mark like one of these questions. Some of them are essays. I wouldn't go to this page. I would go back to the landing page here, go down this gear thing, and then go to manual grading. Okay, manual grading. And you can see everything is graded because this is last semester. So as you can see, all my questions are short essay questions or a short paragraph or a sentence or something. So let's say that I want to regrade question number 4 here. So all I have to do is click on update grades. If you have not graded yet, it will show up over here, the link. So if I do update grades or even grade all, click on one of those. And yeah, so this is for the first student and then the second student. So you can just grade over here. And if you want to put a comment for that specific student, you can just type it in this box within the green box here. Okay, so this is the question. This is the answer given by the student. This is the answer from my, how do you say, marking scheme. The students cannot see this one. Yeah, and then this is the comments. If I put in, like, if the answer is completely wrong or they got something like slightly wrong, but I want to tell them, then I put my feedback comments in here. And then this is the marks that they get. Okay, so for every student, the format is exactly the same. So yeah, so in this case, I put like you're halfway there because the student only put in half of the information that's necessary to answer the problem. So yeah, so I hope that answers your questions. Can we somehow select the chosen 9 samples and also and only export those automatically? How to add that marking scheme answer? Okay, so one at a time. Somehow select the 9 samples. Sure, you have to know who they are first. Okay, so if you want to only select the 9, then let's go back here to quiz exporting. Okay, so then you can just click on whoever you want, right? And you just export the selected attempts. Yeah. So previously what I did was take everything and then click on export selected attempts. But if you only want specific ones, you have to know who they are first and then choose them and then export selected attempts. Okay, unfortunately, there's no marks here. There's no column for marks. So you already have to know who they are. Okay, so I hope that answers that question. Yeah, how to add the marking scheme answer. So for my multiple choice, so and Paul says that, yeah, MCQ, you just key in the answer scheme. For short essay, you do have to mark by yourself. The marking scheme does not help mark your students' work. It's just there for reference. So you know, like how to, divide up the marks, so to speak. So like this does not give me this marks. This is how do you say, this is not auto, the 0.5. Like I had to type that in because I have to read what the student write, and then I match it with my answer scheme, and then I give the mark. Okay, so if you're asking how to make this one show up, you have to go back to where you put in the question. Are you interested in seeing that? If yes, I can show you. Yeah, if can edit, it'll be easier to refer to. Okay, sure. That one I use question bank. So let's go back to my, oh yeah, just leave that, that's fine. Okay, so if I turn editing on, okay, so one thing is important for me is to have this admin block here because it gives me access to every part of the eLearn page that I can have, like I want access to. So I usually have a question bank, and I have a question bank for each of my quizzes. So let's say for quiz 1, right? So for this specific question, so let's edit that question. And I put it in, so general feedback, I don't put in until I'm ready for the students to see the answer, because this is the answer that they will see. But for my specific purposes, I put here in the grader information for graders only, students cannot see this. So I put in my answer scheme here. So, what answer I expect from them and how many marks I'm going to give. Like, you don't have to do it like this. You can use whatever format you like. But I find that this is helpful for me. So I don't like putting this in early, like the general feedback, because I am a worrier and I worry that the students will see the answer before I want them to. Because sometimes some students take the quiz a bit later than others. Sometimes I open the quiz for 24 to 48 hours. So I don't want them to see any feedback until I am ready for them to see the feedback. Okay, so the fact that this is here means that the quiz is over and the students all know their marks. Yeah, but usually I put them in the information here first, and then once I'm done, I copy and put it here without the marks. Okay, So is that clear to everyone? Or does anyone have any follow-up questions before maybe I can move on? Yeah, good. Okay, so I'll move on to a different topic. Okay, so like I said before, I'm covering quiz and assignment. All right, so that was quiz exporting. So quiz exporting is very simple. You already have the quiz has been marked, everything, all the information is there. All you need to do is export. So the next part is assignment. So you can also use assignments to, how do you say, to have your assessments, right? So it's not just assignment, it could be a group assignment, it could be even a test, like an online test. You could definitely use assignment for that as well. So for assignment, let me just, okay. So for assignment, I'm going to show you. Yes, okay. So this is the landing page for an assignment that I gave my students in 2021. So 2 semesters ago, or 3 semesters ago. Yeah, last academic session. So anyway, here's some information and some documents for them. All right. So this is also their submission page. So you can see that there are 16 students in this course, and they have all submitted. And right, so if you go to view all submissions, we'll see this. Okay, so I think that this is quite, how do you say, like everyone's seen this before, right? So because if you've done, especially, you've seen this before if you have worked with assignments on eLearn. So you have the student name, and that they've submitted and all that. Okay, so there are a few ways to mark, right? So there are a few ways to mark. So I'm just going to go backtrack a bit here, go to edit settings. Okay, so when you set up your assignment, then you will have to set up how you give your feedback, right? So I usually tick all of these, even if I don't use them, I just tick them to give myself the option of having all of this. So one is feedback comments, and I'll show you how these show up when you're grading. Okay, so one is feedback comments. The offline grading worksheet, I don't know what that is, so I don't necessarily use it. There's feedback files, so that's the one that I use the most, and there's annotate PDF. Okay, so feedback comments is when you type in your feedback comments to the student. So the feedback files, the way I use it is I download the student's work, and then I mark it offline on my device, and then I re-upload for them so that they get the marked assignment back. So for annotate PDF, it is when you mark on the spot, right? So on eLearn, you do your marking there. So we're going to go through all of these options and how we can extract the information from eLearn once you have done any of these marking. So the easiest one is if you do feedback files. Okay, so if I do feedback files, it's something like this. So I'm going to show you my, how do you say, my file manager here on my computer. So let's say that this assignment, I've already marked it, and I'll show you like a student. Here you go. So this is the front page that I give them so that they fill in, and then I fill in with the marks. And if you already have something like this, you just upload it to eLearn to give it back to them after you've marked so that they get feedback. But putting it in the course file is simple because you already have the file. There's no need to mess around with eLearn anymore. You just grab whatever file that you have and you just put it in eLearn, right? 3 high, 3 low, 3 mid. Okay, so that is the simplest. So next we'll go through annotate PDF and feedback comments. Okay, so let's go back to the assignment and let's go to view all submissions. And let's look at what my grading page looks like. Okay, so I'm just going to reorder this according to name. Okay, so let's say for this student, Alicia, let's see if I want to grade her, this is what my grading page looks like. So it's currently, all right. So on the left here is the PDF that Alicia has submitted. So there's 12 pages, so I can go next, 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 okay? I don't generally like to mark online, but I know some people do. And if you do, it's something like this, right? So you annotate the student work with, I don't know, I just put shapes here, but you can also put like, you know, ticks, right? And, you know, so you can just put a check mark there like that. So if you mark like this, you can extract this information from eLearn later on. Okay, so here is where you put in the marks. So this is out of 15 because this assignment is 15%. Yeah, this is incorrect, should be 15. So feedback comments is here. So let's say that your student wrote an essay or something and you don't need to annotate or anything like that. And you can just, you know, write down, okay, so for question mark 1, how many marks did you get? For question 2, how many marks did you get? So for each CO, how many marks did you get? And you want to put like in an extra comment there, good or bad or see me later or something like that, right? So this would be where you put in your feedback comments. And if you are like me and you mark offline and you want to upload the student's work, this is where you put it. It's feedback files. So if you didn't tick those boxes in the setup, then this would not exist. Okay, so let's say if you didn't put in like feedback files, this box would not exist. Okay, so if you want this to exist, then you need to tick that in the setup when you're setting up. Oh, please go slower. I'm sorry. Is this format made by you? Which format? This front, the front page? The front page? Yeah, I made that on Word, I think. Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm going too fast. Front page in Word. Yeah, front page in Word. Okay. So, you know, before I move on, is there something that you want me to repeat or some questions that you want me to answer? I mean, I can go back to the setup page if it would be helpful. So if the student writes, okay, I'll wait for the continuation of that question.
Dr. Gashina,
He
kalau
has to
nak
take.
unmute pun boleh.
Yeah, you can unmute and ask verbally if you want.
Not that good. Nanti pecah-pecah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm happy to wait. Repeat how to make the feedback form available. So do you mean the feedback form is this one? Like all of this? Is that what you mean? Okay. All right, you know what? I'm just going to go back to the assignment. Okay, so let's just leave this for a while, right? And we'll go back to setup. Okay, so when you edit settings, when you set up your assignment, you allow the students to upload and all of that. So on the student side, you want submission types. Okay, so for me, I want file submissions in the sense that I want them to upload PDF specifically. So I choose the accepted file type to be PDF only. I don't allow any other. So if they try to upload any other, hopefully eLearn will stop them. Okay, so the front page is format for all students to answer the question. If the student need to answer and upload, they can answer directly in eLearn. Okay, so for my specific purposes, no, they cannot answer directly in eLearn. So if you want direct answer in eLearn, maybe quiz is the better way to go, right? Because then they can answer directly in on the question page for each quiz question. For assignments, it's more of a long form for us mathematicians. So there's a lot of working they need to go through. So they usually write their answers or solutions out on paper, and then they scan using their phones to PDF, and then they upload that PDF. So that is what you're seeing. I hope that answers your question. So it's better to answer and upload the question. Yeah, I mean, for me, it is better for them to answer and then upload their PDF in total. You share the images of each page and upload. Yes, definitely that has to happen. If they have a tablet, you can allow them to write on the tablet and change that format to PDF, because there's like Good Notes and Color Note and a lot of these like note-taking applications where they can handwrite their answers digitally and then export to PDF. That is also doable for those who have these kind of devices. Not everyone has it, but I think everyone has a smartphone and can use something like Cam Scanner. Yeah. So I think that is pretty standard practice at maths because we do have a lot of working and we don't have a lot of essays. Okay, so these are submission types. So for feedback types, this is on the lecturer side. So what kind of feedback are you giving to the students? I mean, for me, mainly it's feedback files. Like I said, I download the student work, I mark it on my device, my tablet, and then I re-upload to each student so that they can have a look at where they went wrong or how many marks they got and all that. However, if you don't like downloading, re-uploading, you can also annotate the PDF directly on eLearn, and you can mark directly on eLearn. So that is this final option here. It is annotate PDF. And feedback comments, like I said, is more about typing. So you're not annotating on the PDF, you're just typing in a text box your feedback comments. Okay, okay, clear. All right. So this is how I set up my assignments. Like, you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but maybe it'll give you some ideas on how you want to set up your assignments. Okay. So yeah, so now like we've done our marking. So either you annotate or you give feedback comments or you upload your feedback files. So again, if you upload your feedback files, there's no need to mess around with eLearn anymore. You already have the file. All you need to do is copy and paste it to the for us it's the SharePoint folder, but for you maybe a different folder or a CD, or maybe you want to print it out, whatever is the standard practice at your PTJ or at your school. Yeah, so how do we get this then, the annotated PDF, right? Or how do we get the feedback comments out? So I'll do it one by one. So let's go back to view all submissions. Okay, so for this student, right? So I'm going to just scroll right. Hang on, I see comments. Regarding feedback comments, can we choose when the students will see the feedback, or they will automatically see once we submit our feedback? For assignment, it's a bit more difficult to control. What I do is after the assignment due date is over, or when I'm satisfied that everyone who wants to submit has submitted, I hide the assignment from everyone, so they can't access it until I'm ready for them to see the marks. Okay. Yeah, I think for assignment it might be immediate because there's no, yeah, I don't think there's a way to control that. I might be wrong. Yeah, but what I usually do is I employ a lot of control over what they can and cannot see. So until I am happy for them to see the activity or the results, I just hide it from them. How do you do that? How do I hide? Okay, so it's here. So if you, oops, sorry about that. Okay, so turn editing on first of all. Okay, and let's say I don't want them to see which one, the quiz one, right? So I can just do edit here and then hide. So hidden from students. See, they cannot see this anymore. I don't think that they can access it. They might be able to through some other way, but for most normal students who only use eLearn once in a while, and if they can't see the link, they don't go looking further. They can't see it. Okay, so if I want them to see it again, then I just show. Okay. Okay, yeah, no problem. All right, so then we're going back here. All right, so for this student, so let's say, we scroll to the right. This is the marks that I have given them through grading. And this is the file that the student has submitted. Okay, so once you get to this point, okay, you have the feedback files. This is the one that I showed you before where I have marked, and I upload this so that the students can see like what their marks are. All right, so this is the marked assignment. So if you annotate, then there's another column here where it shows you like this is the file for your annotated PDF. So let's view for this student. So you see, it's all the shapes that I put in. So obviously, you know, if you mark here, there'll be your you know, whatever marks you put in. Okay, and the other one is the comments. So the feedback comments, they show up here. Okay, so you can see the information is there. It's not extracted yet, but it's there. Okay, just checking the question. Okay, so we'll start with annotated PDF. Unfortunately, you have to download these one by one. There's no way to download all of them at the same time. I have not found a plugin yet that does that. You just need to right click and then save link as. Okay, so or save file as, save link as, depending on what OS you're using. So I go back to desktop, and if I just save there, okay, it has saved. Where's my file manager? Give me a sec. It's right here. Okay, so it's this one. So if I open it, there you can see the annotated PDF, and you can upload this to your course file, or you can print it, depending on if your course file is hard copy or soft copy. Okay. Do you share grades or marks with the student? I share both. Yeah. So as you can see from like the marked assessments, this is from last academic session. So this academic session is a bit more involved in this because I put in the CO marks as well. So here the CO marks are missing because I give it to them in table form. But I've since tightened up my workflow. And so the more recent ones have the CO marks as well. Okay, because like this assignment, I think has 2 COs in it. So yeah, if it's only 1 CO, then I don't think it matters because it's just going to be, you know, whatever this is. Yeah, so like the student can fully see like how much they got exactly, and you know, my feedback on the yeah. I hope that answers your question. I thought we are only allowed to share grades. No, no. Hmm. I don't know. It depends on maybe your PTJ. Yeah. Okay. Right. So again, if you have annotated the PDF, the file will appear here in this column. So you do have to scroll to the right, and you do have to download one by one. Yeah, unfortunately, I've not found a simpler way to do this. Sorry, guys. Okay. Oh, your PTJ only grades. Okay, so then please follow whatever your PTJ asks you to do. I think it's different among different PTJs. All right. So let's move on to okay, before we move on, does anyone have any questions about these annotate PDF option? Okay. All right. If you do, you can keep typing. But I will move on to these feedback comments. Okay, so if the feedback comments are the only like marking that you do or marking that that you opt for, then you need to get the information out somehow. And unfortunately, you cannot get it out from the assignment page. You have to go back to the main landing page. And this is why I like the admin block, because it gives me access. So you need to go to gradebook setup. Okay, you don't need to mess around with the gradebook or anything, but you need to go there to get this information. So if I click on gradebook setup, it gives me this. Okay, so this is like basically every assessment that I have for this class or this course. And what we are interested in is the written assignment, right? So what we want to do is export. So let's find the export tab. So again, this is gradebook setup, and you just find the export tab, which is here. Click on it. All right. So you can export actually every mark for every course that for every assessment that you have for the course. I don't want that. I just want the assignment and the how do you say, the feedback comment that I'm giving. So I just tick on written assignment. Oh, before I do that, something I always forget is choose the file type that you want. Most useful for us is probably Excel spreadsheet. So let's click on that first. Okay, so Excel spreadsheet, and then select the one that I want, which is the assignment. And then I want to see this part, the export format options. I don't usually click on the second one. I want real percentage and letters, and very important, make sure this is include feedback and export. So this is how you get the feedback that you have written in when you're grading. Okay, so all I do is I click download. Okay, and let's download to desktop. Okay, so this is grades assignment, right? So if I save that, okay, it's already saved. And if I go to my file manager, it will be here. Okay, so it gives us this Excel because that's what I asked for. Okay, so just open this Excel and okay, student names. All right, first of all, I'm just going to get rid of some columns that I don't want. So I don't want surname, ID number, email, department, suspended. I don't want last downloaded. So I'm just going to delete all that. So we're just left with the information that I care about. Okay, so this column, this B column, maybe I should make this bigger. Yeah, okay. So this B column is just their total marks out of 15. This is when you convert to percentage. This is their grade. If you set up the grade in gradebook. If not, then maybe you don't care so much about this part. You just want this one. And this is your feedback. Okay, so as you can see, it's not super nice, right? Because it's all in one line like this. That's just how it is. So there is some post-processing to be done. So there's some post-processing that you need to do. Okay, so again, like if you have like 200 students, you obviously don't want all of it, right? You just want the first three, the last three, and middle three. So what I would do is I would highlight this particular area and then do sort and just sort smallest to largest. Yep, just sort that. Okay, and I'll just, so this is obviously the lowest. So lowest is, let's say, red. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong button. It should be this one. So lowest is red, and then highest is green, and then middle, I'll just pick like maybe these three, and that is medium. Okay, so then I can write down this is low 1, and then this is low 2, this is low 3, this is mid 1, mid 2, mid 3, and this is high 1, high 2, and high 3. Okay, and of course I want to add some information here on what this is. So merge and center. So this is MSG 352 assignment. Assignment like grades. Okay. So then what I would do is make this a bit nicer with some borders and stuff, and then I would just page layout. Yeah. Set this as a print area and then do Control P print and get this PDF. So save as PDF on the desktop. Yeah, sure. So it's not super nice here, but you can make it much nicer. And see it? Right. So then this, oh, hang on. This is wrong. Give me a second. Yeah, this is wrong because I need to do the page setup. No. I need to do width is 1 page. Yeah, there we go. Sorry about that. So then set this as print area again and do a print and then print, oh no, PDF, save as PDF. Yep, and desktop, save and just replace that. Okay, and then, yeah, so then you get this. So all of your marks are here, and then all of your CO information is here. So I think this counts as proof. Okay. Um, yeah, can I have this explanatory record for review reference? I think CDAE handles that. Okay. Yeah, I think CDAE handles that. Okay. Right. So does anyone have any questions relating to assignments and well, let's go specific first, right? With regards to this assignment feedback, like the written feedback. Does anyone actually use this? May I know? Does anyone actually mark like this? Okay, verb silent. So I'm assuming no. Okay.
Sorry, what do you mean, like mark like this?
Like, okay, how do you mark your assignments?
I
Like
usually give them online feedback, not the
online.
uploaded, but the online.
So you do the annotation or?
Nah, I just give them the comments,
Okay. How do you give
and
the
then
comments?
in the box.
In the box. So you don't need this then. Like how do you extract the comments then for your proof?
Because I'm so stupid, so I have to,
Oh,
do it in Microsoft Word, and then yeah.
don't say that. Don't say that. Like there's multiple ways of doing things, okay? So yeah, I mean it's not stupid if it works, right? That's my view on things. It's not stupid if it works. And it works if it works for you, and if it's less time consuming, less of a headache for you, you can do it that way. That's fine. This is just one way for you to extract this information. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. Mhm. So if you do use this like feedback where you type in your feedback, this is one way to extract the information if you don't want to copy and paste into Word.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. So never. Yeah. Yeah. So all right. Regarding feedback, written feedback, does anyone have any questions or just in general in assignments? Maybe there's a way that you mark your assignments that I haven't covered, like online marking, and you want to know how to extract. Perhaps I can help with that. So does anyone have any questions relating to assignments? You can unmute yourself if you don't want to type.
I think
Yeah,
so
and
far so good.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So all right. So I think what we should do now is break until 11 a.m. So 4-minute break, just for you to, I don't know, let this information marinate in your heads. Because next up is we're back to Dr. Amira, and she will show you attendance. Okay. And if you have any other questions about like assessment stuff, you can always put it in chat. If it's like relating to like what you should put into your course file, the best people to ask are JKOBE in your PTJ. Okay, and thank you for your attention. Back at 11, sorry, back at 11.
Assalamualaikum everyone. Good morning to those who just joined us. Okay, so I will continue with this session with the next item about attendance. So I'm not sure whether everyone here has used the attendance activity or not in eLearn, but as mentioned in the course synopsis, so I'll also share with you how to do the setup for the attendance. Okay. So I'm sharing my screen now. So can you see my screen? So open this tab. Right, thank you. Okay, so this is the standard landing page when you log in into your eLearn. So your courses will be listed here. All right, so I have two courses for this academic year. So this is for the first semester and this is for the second semester. All right, so I'll show you so first. All right, so when you click to your courses, you'll go to this one here. All right, this is my the current semester. Okay, I'm teaching this course. So you can see this is a bit messy on my side, but on the student side, it looks better because I hide some information from them first. All right, because the activity, or these are all the past activities. It depends on how you construct your eLearn, but for the first section here, I put all important announcements. So the student knows that whatever announcement that I'm going to make, I'll put it in the first section. Okay, and the rest will be the lectures, lecture notes and everything. So it looks better down there. But in the first section, so I'll put everything here. So what I'm going to show you now is that how to do attendance setup. Okay, before we learn on how to do the extracting information. All right, so I think this is everyone knows how to do this already, but just in case if you are not sure on how to do it, so we'll do it now. Okay, so these are all the activities that we have in eLearn. All right, and this is the start activity. Okay, so this is the activities that I use the most. Okay, so we have it here. So we have attendance activity now. Okay, so you can name your activity like this. All right, so if you are creating this attendance for your lectures, you might want to put it as a general name like this first. Then you can put any description in here, this box here, and then you can usually for lectures I don't give any point, or for just this is just for attendance, you can select none. All right, and then for common module setting for attendance, I will just show it on course page, so that I don't need to hide it or whatever, because there is no information will be shared in the attendance activity, right? So if there is no group mode attendance, so you don't have to change anything here. All right, so we don't usually change the restrict access section as well, and unless if you want to restrict any student from taking the attendance, just in case if you are taking attendance for presentation, so you want everyone to attend the session or whatever, so you can put it there. But usually no, I don't restrict anyone from the attendance activity. Okay, and activity completion. So it can be there, but you can also change it if you like, right? If you think that it is not important, then you can put it, do not indicate activity completion here, but I usually put this one here so that just in case if they are late or whatever, so they can still mark the attendance as completed when they are done with the attendance, when they have marked their own attendance. Okay, and then you don't have to change anything in the text section, and that's all. All right, so when you save and display attendance. So this is for general attendance. Then you can add session here. Okay, so this is I will show you examples of how does it looks like on my page later on. Okay, so for example here, so you want to the attendance is taken for all students, and what is the start date? So for lectures, I usually will pick the date for the first week of the semester. Okay, and then for example, your lecture is starts on let me just put thing March. Okay, and then your time for the lecture is let's 11 to 1. Okay, but it depends on you as well, because sometimes you want the student to the duration for the attendance taken is it will be open for 2 hours, but maybe you will only show the QR code or password for 5 minutes. So it depends on you. But the student can mark their attendance within this time from 11 to 1. Okay, and then you can put any this description that is related to your course or the attendance taken. Okay, and then if your lectures repeat every week, okay, so you can repeat the session. So let's say this one is you can, if your lecture is on every Monday, you can put it like this, and then repeat every 1 week. Okay, and then repeat until the end of the semester. Put up until done. Okay, or whatever. If you're teaching for half of the semester only, you can stop anywhere, okay, during the semester. And then I will check this box. Okay, allow the students to record their own attendance. Okay, otherwise we have to mark our own. If your student is less than 10 or less than 20, maybe you can do that. But if your student is more than 50, so I don't think it's best to do. The best way to do is to let the students record their own attendance. All right. So the automatic marking, set unmarked at the end of the session. So we can set this one as well. If yes, if they don't assess, let's say if they don't mark their attendance, so it will be automatically marked. Or we can, I put this one, set unmarked at the end of the session. Okay, and you can for student attendance, I usually use both QR code and password, because some students, they don't their device does not include the QR code scanner. Okay, so I put random password and QR code. Then you can also put your own password here if you like. Okay, so for specific password, I usually use for test or whatever assessment that I give them that require them to mark their attendance. Otherwise, I'll just use whatever random password generated from eLearn. Okay, and QR code, this one you if you rotate QR code, the QR code will keep changing after a few minutes. All right, so that does not really matter for me. So I will just use the QR code. So the QR code is the same within that 2 hours. Okay, all right. So then if I add this one here, right, so now all your sessions appear on your list already. Okay, so we have 16 sessions for the Monday lecture, for example, this one. Okay, so you can create the other sessions as well. Let's say if you have your lectures twice a week, so you can put another session. So all the sessions will be listed here as well. So whenever you want to um, you want the students to mark the attendance, so you can go back. Let's say if I go back to my landing page here. Okay, so you scroll down. This is the activity, the attendance activity. This is for the attendance for the lectures. Okay, so you just click on this one here, and then you can see and pick which one that the session that you want them to mark the attendance. All right. So since we choose the QR code as the password, so you can click here, and the student. So I will display it on my screen, or during lecture you can display it on the screen as well. All right. Or if you want them to take it manually, you can print this and post it on outside of the lecture hall or whatever room that you're using or tutorial room. So this is the password. Okay, and this is the QR code. Yes, yes, yes. We can change the date. I will show you later on how we can modify the details for each session. Okay, so the student will scan their QR code and then just leave it there. All right. Okay. Just in case if you already set this, all right, but you want to change the time or maybe the date, so you can go to this gear button here, and when you click, you can modify, okay, to your new date and time as well. All right, and then you can retain all the other settings, then you're done. Okay, so this is how you set up repeated sessions, right? So if let's say you want your student to take the attendance, you mark the attendance for one activity only. For example, you want them to you want to do online tests or physical tests, but the attendance will be taken using eLearn, because it's better for you, so that you can extract their attendance later. Okay, so you can do the same thing, just add session. Okay, for all students, for example, your test is on 17th of March, and from 9 a.m. to let's say 10:30 a.m. Or usually you for test, I will just open it. It depends on you. So I will open the attendance for a few minutes only. All right, for maybe 10 minutes before the exam starts. So, but the duration can be you can set whatever duration that you like. How long the duration is, let's say for 1 hour, but you can also change it to 10 minutes only, so that they will be marked as absent if they don't mark the attendance within the given time. Okay, so the rest is so you don't have to check this box if you if the attendance is designated for one activity only. Okay, so you don't have to change any, because this is for multiple sessions, so you don't have to do it. Right, let's say okay. Right, so this one, so this is the oh no, I forgot to change the setting. So go back to this one, click QR code, and all right, so here, save changes. Right, so if you're before the test, you can just show the QR code, let the student mark their attendance, and then you're done. Okay, so I'm going to show you how does it looks like on my page. Okay, so for lectures, I have only one attendance activity, but everything is listed here. So these are all the completed activities. So if you notice here, I have two different types of attendance. First, with QR code, it means that this lecture is, I will only display the QR code during lecture because everyone will be there. But since I have a large class this semester, so some students have they have difficulty to attend the lecture, the live lecture. Okay, so I opened this attendance until for a few hours so that they can watch the recording first, and then they need to do some activities to um, so that I know that they already watched the recording, then only they can mark their attendance. So that's how I do it for students who cannot. Let's say if my lecture is clash with their lab or whatever, so they really cannot attend the live lecture, so they can watch the recording, complete some activities or some short questions quiz that shows that they already attend the lectures, and then they can mark their attendance. All right, so that's why I have two types of attendance, how I ask them to mark their attendance. So this is using the QR code and password, and this is this one is open for a few hours, so they don't need any password, so they can mark after they complete the activity. Okay, so this is all the completed sessions. Okay, and then if you have one activity only for your test, for example, you just pick this one and you can see. Let's say if you pick this session, okay, let's say if you pick this session, so you can see these are all the students. Right, so it will be marked here. This is present, absent, and exempted. Okay, so these are all self, they mark their own attendance. Okay, now let's move on to how, okay, does anyone has any question regarding setting up your attendance? Do you have any question? Okay, so I assume no. All right, so now let's move on.
Dekat chat box ada questions, Doktor.
Okay. I think I already answered this question just now on how to edit the date and details. Is there any other questions? Just in case if you miss it, okay, I'll go to the sessions. Then we can change the date and the details here. All right, so okay, you can ask question. Maybe you can unmute and ask. So you're good. Okay, so now let's go to exporting the data from eLearn, okay, the attendance activity. So you can, from this tab here, okay, you can go to export, right, for all participants, and export, okay, export specific users, no, all right, I usually don't, because the attendance is for everyone, except if you want to identify specific users, then you can check on this one here. All right, and then these are all the users to export. Yeah, I have 207 students this semester, so everyone will be listed here, and then I don't want to see all this. Okay, so just uncheck all the boxes here. Okay, and select all sessions. Select all sessions. Yes, and include not taken session. That I don't disturb that one as well. Okay, and then okay, download in Excel format. Download in Excel format here. Okay, so now it's already downloaded. I'll open it. Not this one. This is the new one. Okay, so this is how the file looks like when you download it. Okay. All right. So enable editing. Okay, so it looks very messy here. So you need to do a little bit of extracting information. Oh, can you see it on my screen? Oh no. Okay. So let me share the whole screen first. Okay. Okay. Now can you see it? All right. Thank you. So it looks very messy here. All right. You can submit or you can upload this file if you like. All right, in your eLearn, in your course file. Okay. But I would prefer to do a little bit of editing, right, before so that it looks better in our course file. So for example, here, let's say this is a student. All right, I think there's a gray box. I don't know how to get rid of it. Still there. I stop sharing this one. Okay. All right. Okay. So hopefully this one looks better on your screen now. Okay. All right. So now let's do a little bit of editing to this Excel file. Okay. So the first thing that I will do is to here. So to replace some. Okay. Let's say if I don't want the mark here, it will be automatically be here. All right. So replace whatever mark that we have to with nothing. So replace all. Okay. Okay. So now we have P only, P as present. And then there are some more 0/2 here. So I will replace this. Okay. With this all. And then so E, let's say the question, all the question marks with, I'll just replace it with E first. Okay. No. E with, I think E, we have E, that's all. Okay, I'll close this one first. All right. So now it looks better. So if you are okay with this, then you can print it and upload it in your course file. But we usually will do a little bit more editing. Okay, this is for conditional formatting. So I'll highlight this session, all the sessions here. Highlight first, and then highlight cell new. And okay, so now I choose this one here. So P is for present. Okay. So I'll put it as green. Okay, and then highlight again. Okay, now go to conditional formatting, highlight cells through, text that contain this one with A as red. Okay, so now you can see very clearly. Finally, we have another one. This is for yellow. Okay. All right, and I will delete some columns, a few columns that we have here. Maybe this one here, because we have so many breaks or holidays on Mondays last semester or this semester. So I'll just delete this column here. Okay, delete. This one here. Okay, we don't need these columns as well. These are all the marks. You can delete this one as well. Okay. Okay, now we have this. Okay, so now I think this document is ready to be printed and uploaded in your course file. Okay, so you have all these, and then you can double check. I usually will double check what happened to this student here. Why didn't he mark? Also, I'll check if he sent me any MC or email, or then I will change this one manually. All right. But if I don't have anything, if there is no reason, so I'll put it as absent. Okay. All right, so then you can just save this file and then print it in your course file. Like this. All right, so you can do the same thing for your test. This is for all lectures, so you can see all the dates here. Okay. You can see all the dates, and then just make sure that everything is here. And then for your test, you can print separate. You have separate attendance. You can do the same thing. Okay. So do you have any question? Stop sharing this one first. Do you have anything that you want to ask regarding attendance? So if you already use it.
Hello.
Yes,
Hello,
Diana.
Assalamualaikum. Yeah.
Waalaikumsalam.
I just want to know, is there any, like, for example, a timeline where we can actually have, have the ability to download all the attendance? Like, for example, we have to download all the attendance before week 16 or week 17, something like that? Or, is
I
there
think it depends
anything like
on,
that?
as long as the we can get assess the eLearn, then we can assess our all the data as well. Unless if I'm not sure about that. I think I still can assess the attendance for the past semesters for all the courses that
Oh,
I
all right.
have.
Okay.
So I think we can still do it.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
No worries. Anything else? Okay. If we create attendance for each week in eLearn separately, we cannot say, the Excel will be on separate Excel. It will not appear on the same Excel. So if you want to create it, then when you download it, it will be on separate Excel file. We can combine because different date. So let's go back to this one here. But when we create it, so we can, when we export.
Amira,
Yeah.
Ada share screen ke?
No, nak. Can
Okay.
share sekarang. Okay, boleh nak. Can you see? Alright, so when we export the screen, we can select all sessions. Yes. Okay, so you can perhaps if you don't start off period, so maybe you can I usually select all sessions so that is easier for me to monitor this. But if no, then I don't think so. I think it will be on separate file. Yeah, but if you like to combine, I think you can do it manually. You just copy and then paste it at the column, whatever column that you like in your file. So is there any other question regarding attendance, or maybe we can also welcome other questions regarding eLearn as well, just in case if you have anything that you are not sure. Both of us will try to share our experience of using it. If you have anything to ask, because we have plenty of time now to discuss on other eLearn things as well. So I guess everyone is good already. Okay, so there's no question. I guess that's all for us for today.
Terima kasih Dr. Amira.
Yeah, if you have anything, you can also email us, just in case if you have any question regarding our sharing today. Okay, we welcome questions and suggestions from all of you.
Terima kasih semua. Kepada peserta yang hadir, mohon untuk sahkan kehadiran. Link kehadiran dah saya share pada chat box, dan jangan lupa untuk e-survey. Sesi hari ini akan diupload dalam YouTube channel CDI untuk future reference ya. Terima kasih.